Well, no matter where you fall on the realm of beliefs in Bible prophecy, as a Christian, we all know this. Jesus was plain when he said, "No man knows the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh." So none of us know when Jesus is coming. But he did tell us there would be these signs that his coming was near. And all of these signs throughout the last 50 years have been more and more multiplied and coming to pass. And as a result, it should be a sign to us that we definitely should be living a life that is ready for the coming of the Lord, whenever that is. Now, I'm not going to get in debates because this is a larger platform for Christianity, but I'm not going to get in debates of when that time will be. I know what I believe, and some of y'all might differ. Let me ask you a question. We all know with what Jesus said with that statement that his coming is preeminent. We don't know when it is, but we know it's coming. So wouldn't that cause us to live prepared, live ready, live hopeful, live in a just and righteous way? As Christians, that is our duty. As Christians, it is our duty to stay ready for the coming of the Lord. The 10 virgins, for example, Jesus gave that parable and said there were 5 that were wise and there were 5 that were foolish. The foolish ones were not prepared for when the bridegroom came, but the 5 wise were prepared. That's the difference. Where's your life as a Christian right now? Are you living prepared for the coming of the Lord? Are you living unprepared? See, in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, the main reason Paul wrote that is to encourage the church to stay prepared for the preeminent return of Christ. And in chapter 5 of 1 Thessalonians, Jesus was specific, and he said, hey, listen, the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief. So that final coming of Christ, his second coming, is going to be like a thief. In other words, you were not prepared for when he came, but he came. I think it's counterintuitive for Christians to live careless lives with this assumption that, oh, by grace I am saved, so I can do whatever I want. Listen, if you're truly saved by grace, you're truly born again, you're truly right with God, it's not going to cause you to want to live a flippant lifestyle, but it's going to cause you to live a sober and humble lifestyle before God. It doesn't mean you're going to live perfect, but it does mean you're going to live in such a way that pleases and honors God in everything you do. So I ask you a question again. Where's your heart and where's your mind when it comes to being prepared for Christ's coming? Are you ready if the trumpet should sound today? We who are lean pre-tribulation rapture, we that lean that way, that believe there's going to be a rapture and then the second coming are separate from each other, are you ready? What about you that believe that his coming is at the end? It's still preeminent because no man knows when it's going to be. That the rapture and the second coming are the same thing. Are you ready? What about you that believes it's the rapture somewhere in the middle, and then the wrath will be poured out, and then he will come and set his feet on the earth that way as well? Are you ready? The question is, all Christians must be ready no matter where you fall on your spectrum of understanding Bible prophecy. Christians, it is our duty to live a righteous and holy life before God. It must be stated again. You cannot live a flippant lifestyle and be a Christian. Because the truth of the matter, that might be a sound sign. Now, here's another question. There's some Christians that believe that when a person's saved, they're saved forever. If they're truly saved, they're saved forever. They can't backslide. They can't go back on God. Okay, that's fine. So my question is, if you're living a flippant Christian lifestyle and you believe you're saved, let me ask you a question. Did you really get saved? If you believe that. Because if you're living that way, you might not be saved. And let me remind you, Jesus is coming. Now, we who believe that it is possible, because free will never stops, even though we've been saved by grace. God's going to do everything he can to keep us from falling into sin, and we are not insecure Christians who believe that. We are very secure in our salvation. But we do believe someone, if they choose to walk away in their own free will, God will eventually let them do that. He'll do everything he can to try to stop them, but he will eventually let them do that. So we who believe that, are we living like we truly believe that? Are we living in a way that we're continually, every day, trusting in the grace of God to keep us saved? Or are we living flippant lifestyle? It matters. Do you hear what I said? It matters because Jesus is coming back, and he requires holiness and righteous living before God by all believers. So once again, I have a question. How are you living? Are you living like Jesus could come today? It matters, Christians. It truly matters.